Social Security beneficiaries, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, and people with disabilities. Are you also included for this new $600 stimulus check, otherwise known as rebate check? This is a really good question, which I received literally hundreds and hundreds of times down below in the comments section just over the last few days, and what I'm going to focus on and answer for you here in this short video. I've got a lot going on right now, and a lot of people out there wondering, where do I stand with this? Will I be able to get this? How will I be able to get this? When will I get it? And what else do I need to know? Again, I'm going to cover all that for you here in this video. Let's jump through the details. Now, I do want to give a few really quick shout outs to Ruby Langdon, Raymond N., Ken Johnson, Michael Fernandez, and Pamela Avery. The 5 of them, along with nearly 4,000 of you here in this community, have called that phone number right there to get some free help with your Medicare plans. Again, getting better plans, better coverages, a better fit for each person and their personal situation, and saving a boatload of money. In fact, the average person here in the community calling that phone number right there to get some free help is saving $1,100. Most notably, Ken Johnson is saving $174 a month, or over $2,000 per year. So congrats to Ken Johnson. He wrote that in his comment, by the way. So that's absolutely amazing. Anyway, if you're one of the 70 million people on Medicare, that's by far your best resource. If you are turning 65 or retiring in the next 6 months, please take advantage of that free resource. That'll be extremely helpful for you. They can help you with your initial enrollment, and they can help you find the best plan and make sure that you are properly covered. By the way, any of you who call them, totally free, by the way, right there, phone number. After you talk to them, leave a comment down below. Use the word chapter. I will give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video, just like I did the 5 people here in this video. Anyway, let's talk about the answer here. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to anticipate that you've seen some of my other videos talking through the intricate details of this $600 stimulus check, otherwise known as rebate check as they're calling it. Doesn't matter. Who cares about the name? The name does not matter, okay? Don't worry about the name. Don't get caught up with the name. It's a stimulus check. That's literally what it is, okay? So I'm going to anticipate that you've seen some of my other videos or live streams talking about all the details of it, okay? I'm not going to go into that here in this video, but rather I want to answer the question at hand right here, which is, are we included? The answer is yes. Yes, there's no reason that you would not be included on this, okay? Now, why? Let's look at the details of what this really is, okay? So again, who cares about the name of the proposal? Who cares what the other name is? Stimulus, rebate, whatever. Who cares about the name of the actual text on this thing? Doesn't matter, okay? But rather, let's look at how this is structured. Legally, how is this structured? By the way, before I say this, this is not tax advice. This is not legal advice. This is not professional advice. This is not accounting advice. I am not your CPA. I'm not your accountant. Talk to your own professional. I don't know your exact situation. Everybody's situation is very different. However, just have to throw that disclaimer out there, by the way. However, here's what I want everybody to understand. This is structured in the exact same way that the 3 stimulus checks from back in 2020 and 2021 were structured. The exact same structure. What is it? A refundable tax credit. Let me explain. A refundable tax credit shows up as basically, just think of it this way, a line item on someone's tax return. Stick with me on this for a second, because you're probably already thinking, I don't file a tax return. That means I'm ineligible. Man, they blew it again. They're forgetting us again. Stick with me on this, okay? There's a way around this. All right, anyway. So back in 2020, we got 2 stimulus checks, $1,200 and $600. In 2021, we got 1 stimulus check, $1,400. They were all literally the same exact thing, a refundable tax credit on the federal tax return, okay? It's literally just showed up as a line item on the tax return, okay? Anyway, what they did is they advanced the payment to us, assuming everybody based on previous financials would be eligible for it, and if somebody didn't get it, then they could file it. They could claim it on their tax return. Okay, does that make sense? But here's the deal. Let me just ask you a quick question. Were you included in 2020 and 2021 for those 3 stimulus checks? Answer is yes. Absolutely. Everybody was included for that. Now, obviously, there's some rare instances out there where some people were not included for other types of reasons, but for the most part, the vast majority of beneficiaries were included. Yes, absolutely, 100% were. Why? because it's a refundable tax credit. Basically what that states, again, just general terminology here, if somebody has a $0 income, essentially they've wiped out their income and their income is essentially $0 on paper, a refundable tax credit would state they would still get a check cut to them from the Treasury, okay? They would still be receiving a check because it's a refundable, meaning even if your income is $0, we'll still refund you the proper dollar amount. Does that make sense? Okay. So my point being is that this one that was just introduced by Josh Hawley, the Republican senator out of the state of Missouri, is structured the exact same way as the 3 stimulus checks we received back in 2020 and 2021, a refundable tax credit. Okay. All right. Now I think we all understand that. Okay. Covered that bridge. Now let's talk about the next big situation here where I think a lot of people are going to get caught up on again. Let me explain for you. A lot of people here in the community say, I don't file a tax return. That means I don't get it. Depends. Okay. The reason I say depends is, well, let's just see here. Because here's the deal. What they're going to do is use someone's income off of a federal tax return to determine eligibility. Okay. But if you don't file a tax return, then how do they know that you exist, and how do they know any information about you? Simple answer would be is they probably don't know much about you, even though they do get 1099s like an SSA 1099, or they do get information about you so they have an idea what your income is. But if they're using a previous tax return on the federal level to determine someone's eligibility, and if you typically don't file, then, well, we're in a precarious situation, right? But here's the situation that I want to point out. And again, this is catching up a lot of people right now. I see the comments down below. What did we need to do back in 2020, 2021 for those 3 stimulus checks? Majority of them, we just got them, right? They just, Social Security sent over the files to the Treasury, and they basically said, here's a list of all the names, the banking information for all the beneficiaries on file with Social Security, give them a check, okay? That could happen again. Easily could happen again. Why? It's the same thing here. It's literally the same thing. These stimulus checks or rebate payments are set up in the exact same way. So who says that Social Security won't just send over a file with all the beneficiaries' information and say, here, send them a payment, right? That's option 1. If they do not do that, then option 2 would require a little bit more work on the behalf of the beneficiary. But I'm not sure about you. If we could spend 10 minutes and do something so easy and we could get $600 because of that, maybe your time is worth way more than that. But I'm telling you this much. For me personally, I'm doing that. Why? Well, if I'm going to do something for 10 or 15 minutes and I'm going to get $600, I'm going to do that. That's a good trade on my time, right? I would do that. Maybe some other people feel like they don't, want to spend that 10 or 15 minutes to do that. That's fine. That's okay. Then don't do it. Okay. But anyway, here's the situation. And this is what happened a couple years ago. The IRS came out and they clearly stated, this was a couple years ago, I'm just using this as a reference. They clearly stated, in order to get these stimulus check, you must file a tax return. That's what they said a couple years ago. They made it very, very clear the only way to get it at a certain point was to file a tax return. So as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I said there's a way around this. If you have a $0 income on paper because you are a fixed income or a low income or Social Security beneficiary, and you typically do not file a tax return, if Social Security does not send a file to the Treasury and demand or basically say, here, send all these people a payment, the other option would be at that point, again, I'm going to throw this out there super fast. Do not do anything yet. Wait on this. Just hold tight. Let's wait until we get more information, okay? I know there's so many people out there just itching to be like, what do I got to do right now today to get this? Hey, I love the ambition. I love the ambition. But seriously, let's just wait. Time is of the essence right now. Let's just give it a minute to see how this whole thing shakes out, okay? So, again, I really appreciate the people out there that are like, hey, tell me what I need to do. I'm going to do it right now today so I can get this. I love that. Seriously, I love it. But let's just hang tight here for a minute until we get more information on this. I will keep you updated along the way. Okay? But again, I'm not telling you what to do here. I'm just saying general terms here. If Social Security does not send a file to the Treasury to give them information on who would get this payment and where to send it and stuff like that, the other secondary option would be filing a tax return, with the federal tax return, and basically your income would be zeroed out. That's okay, because being a refundable tax credit, you would still get that back as a credit. Does that make sense? Check. When I say credit, it means a check to us, deposit, rebate, stimulus, again, a check, money deposited into our account. Does that make sense? That's why this comes down to that, all the details. Now, a lot of people are getting so caught up with this for a couple different reasons. Number one is that they're saying it's a refundable tax credit. And again, a lot of people just say, I don't file a tax return, I'm ineligible. Man, they forgot about us again. No, it's the exact same thing that they did a few years ago. And the other thing is the name of the legislation. And again, I keep saying, I don't even want to say the name of the legislation right now. I don't even want to say it because I don't want people to get caught up with this. I'll tell you the name, I will say it, but I really don't want to say it right now because it's just going to confuse more people. But the name of it is American Worker Relief, American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. So many people are getting caught up with the word worker. Who cares about the word worker? It's just a word. Worker. Who cares? You may not be a worker now, but did you work at some point in your life? I bet. I'm guessing most people probably worked at some point in their life, right? So you are basically a worker, right? So anyway, you have an income. Doesn't really matter, okay? That's my point on this. Anyway, I can come back in another video and talk about this in greater detail. I can explain this in a live stream, whatever you need, but I have a ton of people reaching out right now asking, hey, SSDI here, can I get it? SSI here, can I get it? What about retirement? What about seniors? What about, all these other benefits? This is what it comes down to, okay? Think of it this way. One last little side note here. Think of it this way. Think of this 3 stimulus checks we got a few years ago, 2020, 21, $1,200, $600, and $1,400. Those 3 that we got. Did you get those? Were you eligible for those? Answer is yes, we were eligible for those. Same situation here, okay? I know I've said that multiple times here in this video. I'm just trying to hammer this point home because I've just been getting so many questions about this. But again, let me just say this much. Don't do anything yet, okay? Hang tight. Let's just see how this whole thing shakes out. It has not been passed yet. To be fair with you, it has not passed yet. Let's just hang out for a minute. Let's see what else they do about this thing. Let's wait for further instruction and see what happens. And then we can take action at that point. I'm right there with you. Don't get me wrong. It's exciting to be like, finally they're doing something. And I want to do something right away to get it right away. But it hasn't passed yet. So let's just hang tight and wait for additional information, and then we can take necessary action to make sure that we are properly positioning ourselves to get it. Now, one other thing as well. I said this a couple minutes ago. I'm going to say it again. Maybe no action is required at all. Why? Because we don't know yet. I have not seen any confirmation of this, but Social Security may send the Treasury a file, just like they did years ago, with all of our information, names, banking information, direct deposit information, and instruct them to send us the payment automatically with no effort on our behalf. Not sure about you, but that sounds like the best of all the worlds to me, right? No action on our part, money arrives. Love it, right? Anyway, for those of you who've been wondering and asking, I hope this clarifies it for you. If not, let me know down below. I can certainly jump on another video, no problem whatsoever. I can jump on a live stream and answer your questions live. Let me know what I can do for you. I am here to help you understand this and to be here to keep you updated with all this information. Anyway, if you want to look it up, please do so. I've had some people reaching out saying, oh man, just more blowing smoke. Please do yourself a favor. Read something. Seriously, look it up. It's not that hard to figure it out. If a blind person can find stuff on the internet, I'm pretty sure you can, right? Not that hard to figure it out. Blind dude right here, I can find stuff super easily. I'm pretty sure you can. All right, anyway, American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. Put it into Google. You'll find all kinds of information about it. All right, anyway, if you're on Medicare, one of the 70 million people, or if you are turning 65 or retiring anytime between now and the next 6 months, call them. Seriously, it's 100% for free. They've already helped well over 3,000, rapidly approaching 4,000 people here in this community, saving money, getting better coverages, properly covered, Medicare initial enrollment, all of it. They will help you. Let me give you a couple quick pro tips. Bring your list of questions. That's number 1. Number 2, bring your wish list. Tell them exactly what you want. I want to see this doctor, this provider. I want to go to this office, this clinic. I want to have access to this hospital system. I want to be within this network. I need prescription coverages. I want hearing, dental, or vision coverages, or not. If you don't want those, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. They will help you with all of that. Bring your wish list. Tell them exactly. I want my premium to be X dollars or less, or $0. I want these additional benefits with my monthly benefit. I want my premium to be whatever it is. I just said that. I want my deductible to be X, right? All of it. I want my copays to be less or whatever it is. Tell them all that. They will find it for you. Anyway, hope this helps you. After you talk to them, leave a comment down below. Use the word chapter in your comment. That's the keyword that I search for. I'll give you a shout out in a future video. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy. Have a good one. Hope this helps you. Please subscribe. Big subscribe button down below. Share that phone number with your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your social media. Share with them. Let's help some people out right now. Please share this video. Share button down below. Like the video. Thumbs up button right down below. Check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.